What is up, everyone? It's Nico here with an important thought load for you. Today, I'm going to give you a break announcement, so we'll talk about that a little bit, and also a crypto update to talk about the carnage that has happened in the past week or so. First and foremost, I want to talk about the break. Plan to take 1, 2, 3 months off, hopefully no longer than that. And the idea is I think both Tyler and I realized that we were talking about topics that we were passionate about, that we were learning about, and that we were actively making changes with in our lives. However, it wasn't something that we were doing like professionally, kind of, or at least to the level that we felt comfortable sharing and talking about on a regular basis. And so I want to try and focus more on that, talking about things that I am doing on a regular basis. And that's going to involve a lot of permaculture stuff, a lot of design things. I'm going to talk about crypto more. And so those are all things that I am doing. And I think that's just the best thing for where we want to take things, and what we want the podcast to be. We're always here to help people. That's never going to change. And I think that'll still be a core part of our messaging, but just the topics and the things that we cover will be slightly different. So everything's great. There's a lot of personal things that are happening for me that I won't discuss here, but that's part of the reason why I need to take a break. So it's all for good things. And I just hope that you believe in what we're doing and what we're saying. And especially when it comes to crypto and permaculture, definitely hope that you find some interest in that and tune in whenever I kick things back up. So appreciate that. Now, with regards to crypto, again, absolute carnage here in the last couple of days. I think more or less what happened is, a couple of countries announced that we're in a recession, or that, rates were going to change this way or the other way. And just everyone is in all out panic. And I mean, how many times have we seen this? If you pay attention to markets and you pay attention to how things happen year over year, decade over decade, there's moments in those decades, in those years, where just an announcement is made. Nothing's actually happened. An announcement is made and everyone freaks out, and prices will either go really, really high or really, really low in a very short period of time. And I feel like that's what's happened here. Now, here's the funny part for me. This is kind of normal. If you look at the price history of Bitcoin and how it correlates to Bitcoin halving, which I've talked about before, what you'll notice is after every halving, the all-time high, so the next all-time high after halving, occurs somewhere around 450 or 550 days after the halving. So the very first halving was actually a little shorter, it's like 360 days, but the market was a lot smaller. There's a lot of other factors there. And then every halving after that has taken more than 500 days. So if you look at that in today's perspective, well, Bitcoin halving was 90 days ago, 100 days ago. So something like this happening now is part of the process, if you ask me. And again, I always urge people to zoom out whenever things like this happen with Bitcoin price. Zoom out to the last year. Literally, August 10th of 2023, the price of Bitcoin was $30,000. It has literally almost gone up double even after this drop. And people are concerned. What other asset do you see that goes up almost double, actually double in a year, goes down a little bit in the grand scheme of things, a little bit in a short period of time, and people are saying, oh, this isn't work, it's not going to work, this is terrible? That doesn't make any sense. Zoom out, people. So even though prices got really crazy these last couple days, in the grand scheme of things, it changes nothing. And I'm going to repeat what I've been saying for a long time now. I am expecting to sell somewhere between April and June of 2025. If this drop happened, let's say in March or early April, I think it'd be a lot more concerned at that point just because of the timing of everything. But we're still extremely early in this process, in this bull run, and corrections are going to happen. Downturns are going to happen, but just give it time. Once we get closer to February, March, and April, I think we'll all see a very different landscape when it comes to crypto. And I think I'm going to miss out on a lot of extra gains. A lot of what I've seen, especially if you do the math, 550 days after the latest Bitcoin halving is almost into November of 2025. And so, I mean, shit, I'm selling six months early, right? I can miss out on a lot. So in the grand scheme of things, everything is just fine in crypto world. What I would urge everyone to do is that save cash, have a cash cushion, not only for house emergencies and things like that, but to also invest whenever these downturns inevitably do happen. So whenever they do happen, especially when it's a big drop, you throw in some cash and you immediately make some more money. You're buying everything at a discount. That's the best way to look at it. So obviously, I'm not a financial expert. Do your own financial research. None of this is advice. It's just my perspective. But if you look at it that way, these downturns can turn into opportunities, and you can make the most of the things on the way. But always think about not only what's happening in the moment, but where we are at in the grand scheme of the crypto cycle and how it relates to Bitcoin and Bitcoin halving. I think those are really good indicators. And as far as I can tell, we're still way too early in the process for this latest drop to mean anything significant. So stick with it, guys. Appreciate your time. I appreciate your love. And I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of the summer, a good start to your fall. And when we come back, we're going to be talking a lot about permaculture, a lot about crypto, and I'll hopefully show you a lot of super cool things that I've been working on. Thank you, guys. Begin the duel, win the day.